my God. Can we watch that one more time? No, we got the time. Okay, sorry. Whoa, how did you like that, BlerDCon? Oh, goosebumps. I got to tell you, I love a thriller, I love horror, I love comedy, and when you see it in its highest form like this, it's just perfect. I was listening to you in the audience. I was hearing y'all. People was in there cussing. You was cussing, I heard you. Yeah. Baby was back here cussing. You're like, damn. You heard that? Remember that? Like that, a good movie just grabs you that way, right? It doesn't have to explain. You don't need to know the plot. We don't know what city she in. We don't know, like, the address. We don't need to know the backstory. All we see is the texture and the rain, and we just, like, everybody was saying nope. I heard nope in there. Isn't that us? Isn't that us? It's like a bad Airbnb. This don't look nothing like the pictures on the account, like. So, yeah, I got to tell you guys, I'm thrilled. I cannot wait for this movie to come out. I got to tell you another thing, too, that, Zazie is on her way down, and I got to tell you, when she come up, I wanted her to feel the energy that was in this clip that y'all was watching when she get up on the stage. I want this all to rumble. I want Sonus to be like, calm down, this is going to break. I want y'all to really, really let her know that y'all really like this. Because I'll tell you right now, the studio representatives here, the marketing representatives that are here, they take your feedback. Like, they're listening to you, right? Because you're the audience. A lot of times these guys, they see it and they kind of get in a little bubble, and it's like just execs and directors and people who are like looking from a certain zone. But then when you see the audience reaction, that guttural, visceral reaction that can only come from good movie making, that's what they like. They're like, okay, we're onto something here. Let's lean into this, right? So absolutely fantastic. So I am going to introduce your MC. Where'd she go? Fashawn? Yes. Sean Vinay is here. Do you know her? Yes, come on up, Sean. Miss Lene. Yes. You're going to be sitting right here.
That's so crazy. He said, do y'all know me? And you said, no, that's crazy.
Okay. So first of all, I've got about 3,200 followers on Instagram and about 3,600 posts. So trust me, I am not famous at all. You've got like millions across all your social media, and it is, see, right?
Keep it brief. How's everybody doing tonight? I know he just asked you, but y'all enjoyed the snippet? I was very upset. Usually I get to see more than y'all. They only let me see this much too. Very upset. Super was stressing me out when she wouldn't wake up.
Right?
Licking on my toe is crazy. Yeah, so I definitely have questions for her about just like what it's like for her in the moment. Do we have a favorite part already? I know it's just the first 20 minutes.
The part where she was on the screen.
The part where she was on the screen, and I thoroughly enjoyed that portion as well. Any specifics here?
That guy is funny. Security. I'm just playing.
Miss Ma'am, from Goofy Movie. You're welcome. Yeah. I love that. And we have one right here, yes. I missed the small child.
In the trailer.
Oh,
it's in the trailer, but
okay.
not the streamer.
We got a hand back here with the headband on. I'm not gonna be able to see much further than her, y'all. But you. Yeah. That kind of gave me some Wakanda vibes. And I was like, tell them who you are. Yeah, right here in the corner. Last one. I'm sorry, with the glasses, sir. Them. Yeah. Don't you think they can always get away? Well, everybody, she's here. She's in the building. Can we welcome to the stage Miss Zazie Beetz? Wow, yeah, let her feel feeling?
Thank you.
And she is. And she is.
I feel so honored to be here. Thank you so much. It just brings me such joy to, I don't know, be doing something like this and with a Black community. It just makes me feel so safe and like, I'm so excited. Thank you.
We're happy to have you. Super
Thank
excited to
you.
get into the questions here. I love that the title of this is that Black women don't die first here.
No.
Yeah. In fact, we kill first and ask questions later, obviously. We kill first and answer questions later, obviously,
Sometimes
as
it
well.
just be like that.
Yeah. So I have to ask, first of all, what the hell is going on? What's going on here? There's horror, there's comedy. What are the vibes that's going on at the Virgil?
Yeah, so, I mean, there are a lot of things that aren't revealed here that I can't really talk about, but the very simple thing is that my character, Asia, is going to this hotel kind of thing and finds out it's a cult and needs to get out of there. So that's in very, very simple terms, but there are some B plots going on and a big detail about the cult that gets revealed eventually.
Okay, okay. The writer, director of this film is Kirill Sokolov. What was his vision of the film?
So Kirill he's Russian, and he has this very, I don't know, his like aesthetic vision almost feels sort of like 90s Eastern kind of thing. It feels very pop, a lot of colors, and I think he really fed his style into this film in a really interesting way. He was very, very inspired by like 70s kind of kung fu sort of style films. And I don't know if he was really inspired by, I don't know if you guys know the anime Black Afro Samurai. Yes.
What you mean? What if we know?
That was a huge inspiration for him.
Well, that leads to my next question, because I was going to ask. You said he's Russian and that he was inspired by a lot of kung fu films.
Yes.
Did he see a Black woman in this role?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. He wrote it for me.
Period.
He's a huge, he was just really lovely. He's a huge Atlanta fan.
Okay.
And yes, and so he, which was such a wonderful surprise. He was always like, I had this vision that you were the one, you were my number one. I wrote this thing with you in mind. And so, yeah, he's really
I love
lovely.
that.
And so, yeah.
The company is called Nocturna.
Yeah, so that's a different production. That's the
okay.
production group. That's not
Okay.
him, but
Gotcha.
the people who produced it. Nocturna,
Okay,
yeah.
this is their first
Their
feature film?
first feature. They did the TV show It, Welcome to Derry.
Ooh.
Yes. And so then this is
This
their
is about to
first
eat.
feature.
Okay.
Yes.
And so I'm glad that you also said that he was a fan of you in Atlanta, because that's how I met you.
Oh,
Yeah. And I watched all the seasons. It just had me hooked. I don't know what Donald Glover was doing. And I can't really tell what that genre was, but it was the most grounded I've seen you.
Oh.
And everything that I've seen you after that has been action or opening a can of whoop ass on somebody.
Yes.
So I have to ask, what's action in your plans in terms of like genre?
Action wasn't in my general plan. I think my plan in my career is I want to create and feel, do I feel moved by the script? Do I feel moved by a story? And if it happens to be action, then it's action. And if it happens to be dramatic or comedy or whatever it is, then that's what it is. But I really try and see if am I drawn to a character? Am I drawn to a message of what it's trying to say? Am I inspired by the director? Am I inspired by the energy and the spirit of a project? And and some of that has, I feel like I often think of projects of like, there's a story and then there's action on top of it or something like that. And so for me, for this character, she's actually having kind of a very emotional, very real experience. Like I tried to, the stakes are very real for her, and it's like I tried to play grounded in a heightened world. So I was interested in sort of her experience and what she goes through throughout the film. And that's ultimately what drew me to it. And she happens to be fighting too. So yes.
Okay. And you hinted at it a little bit. I don't know if you can give us the full answer to this question without spoiling anything, But how do you feel about Asia Reeves as a character? Like outside of yourself, like do you respect her? Is she smart? Like she's a badass. Did she piss you off? Like
That's a great question. I I feel like she kind of has an experience. I think she's very emotionally stunted. And so that was a big thing throughout the film. You know, I feel like as an actor, you always go into something and you're like, I want to cry, I want to be big, I want to be emotional. Or that's how I am. I feel like I like wear my heart on my sleeve. And so I had to really work on like, okay, let me pull back. Like she has all these things where like these big things are happening to her, but she is sort of got stuck kind of like as a teen a little bit and couldn't really grow beyond that. And so we were often working on like, how can you not make her too emotional? And there was like, we were reshooting this big scene at the end at one point, and I kept like crying a lot. And Kirill was like, no, she's hard. Like she wouldn't be crying. And I'd be like, okay. Like, and so he had to always like pull me back a little bit. But I also think, you know, there's sort of a big like loyalty story that happens throughout the movie. And I really respect her. I think we also talked a lot about her, yeah, like the emotional intelligence, and also that she's very instinctual. And yeah, I really like her. I think she has a really good spirit and a good heart, and was put through some situations in life where she had to be a little bit tougher, but I think she's actually really sensitive. So, yeah.
she sounds like an earth sign.
You know what? Sure.
I said that as an earth sign.
As an earth sign.
Okay.
What are you?
I'm a Capricorn.
A Capricorn. That's my moon.
Oh, love that for you.
Yes.
What's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Ooh,
Yes.
I'm into that. I'm into that. Okay, so back to the action for 2 seconds. I think some people were very excited
They
about
love
that.
action.
For 2 seconds, back to the action. Sure, it wasn't your plan, and then the different roles you've played, it's also been different expressions of action too. For this specifically, one, did you do all of your stunts?
I did most of them, but I have
Okay.
to say, in order to do anything like this, like you need a good stunt team.
Okay.
Because A, they teach you how to do everything, and then B, often for like liability reasons, the movie won't let you do everything because they're like, you can't be busted because we still got to shoot the rest of this. So there were like a couple of things where I had a great stunt double. Her name is Kiki, who.
Shout out to Kiki.
Yeah, shout out to Kiki from Angola. She's amazing. Who jumped in for me for like big things that I couldn't do, certain tumbles and like some air spins and things like that. But the idea was that I do as much as possible. So we did a lot of training. I was training with, I did some boxing training before the movie for a couple of months.
I need that just for life, you know?
It's good.
Gotta be
It's
able to
good.
defend myself.
No, it gets you in shape too. So I did that, and then once we shot this in Cape Town. Once we got to South Africa, I did some more training with the stunt team, a lot of choreography stuff. It ends up being kind of like dancing is really what a lot of the fight scenes are, because you have to really like land, you know, you can punch here, but you can't punch here, because that's either camera angle or someone's face. And so you have to be very in tune with your body, and it's dancing essentially.
Got you. So I have one more question before we go to the audience. The scene when you're asleep,
Yes.
I have to say, maybe not you. Asia pissed me off because licking on my toe and that not like
And
the
not waking up.
breathing is enough for me. But it took me back to Don't Look Under the Bed. Is anybody here old enough to remember that movie? Truly scary times. Not sure why it was on that kids programming. But I wonder, when you're in the scene, does the scariness of it all like actually affect you, or are you so into the mechanics of the scene that the anxiety isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, scary scenes, they're not, you know, I guess emotionally you're trying to be the character. Me as Zazie, I'm not scared. But as Asia, sure, like you know, you're trying to get into it. But you know, those scenes are shot so you're rehearsing. I know the guy's there. You know what I mean? Like,
So many different angles.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so many different angles and approaches, and you're not really getting jump scared. But it does help if somebody's like being loud or something. Like, it does help to have the real
Okay.
stuff. And a lot. What's actually really nice about this movie is most of the gags, like the gore and stuff, is we did a lot of it practically. And so I think you really get that like tangible feeling in the movie, which I love. Like I love those like 70s movies where it's like you see a puppet and you see the actual blood like
Yeah.
spurting out. Like to me that just feels so, yeah, it's just like better and more real. And so we did a lot of that with this movie. So that gives you more. I mean, if you
Okay.
that gives you something to work with. But yeah.
I just wonder what the connect or disconnect is, because as you said, you have to do so many different takes and you have to perform that expression. I just wonder how much of it in real time you're like, whew, some scary shit.
Well, I think what's interesting is like your body doesn't know the difference, right? So like even though you mentally might be working yourself up, whether it's fear or like I think this happens a lot with like sadness. Like I've definitely had scenes where it's happened on this movie too, where I'm like crying, I'm really upset. I'm done shooting my scene and I can't stop, you know, because you're just like your body is just
Yeah.
in that thing. And so so your body definitely gets like you get stressed, you get exhausted because you that faking fear. I mean, honestly, I feel like horror movies should have like a category in the Oscars because it is a lot of
Absolutely.
energy to
Absolutely.
be scared. Like, oh my
Absolutely.
god.
And hopefully the people over at Sinners can set a precedent at the
Yes,
Oscars
exactly.
this year. Yeah, give them all
Exactly.
kinds
We're
of
looking
good
forward to
juju.
that.
Okay, so return to the audience. Are you our first question asker, sir? Approach the mic.
Hi.
What's your name?
Zaire.
Hi,
Hi,
Zaire.
Zaire.
Hey, I just had the question. There's a fan theory out there that you're playing Vivica Fox's daughter from Kill Bill. Could you speak on that?
I did actually see that. Yes. I mean, yeah. I guess let's make that happen in the sequel.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be amazing. No, I love that idea. Yeah, that's actually I love that idea. I did see that, so
Oh, you did?
I'll talk to Kirill.
Period.
Oh, yeah, one more thing. I begged my theater manager for the posters for your movie just to support you. I was wondering if you could sign afterwards.
Oh, I would love to.
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I would love
Everybody
to.
don't get excited now. He asks, and so he receives. All right. Who's next?
Hello.
love
Hi, you
your
look
paint.
beautiful. Wow.
Thank you. So I was curious what anime or pop culture in general has inspired you in your work this far.
Oh, I love that. I, I guess as a child, like from my generation in terms of anime, I think like the classics like Sailor Moon, obviously, that kind of thing is something that I like. I think also just like I like the sort of like the spiritual elements of a lot of anime stuff. I really like also. Oh my gosh, is it Death Parade? Yes, that's what it's called. I loved that. My friend, I remember she showed me that, and again, it's like this, like the spiritual elements of anime is what I find really beautiful. That I don't think we have so much in like Western sort of cartoons and things like that. And overall, I think a big inspiration for this character was two things. One was the movie. Lady Snowblood. That was a huge inspiration for this character. Her character was huge. And I had her picture like all up in the trailer. And then this is very random, but Colin Farrell in Bruges was a big was a big inspo, kind of his like that he's not that smart in a way, and is kind of like fumbling a little bit throughout this experience, but also has this like emotional core. So that's specifically for this character. Those two inspirations were really important.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think we have one more. Come on down.
Hey, how you doing? Could you speak on how you like the process of getting into your characters and how you develop them?
Yes, of course. So It varies depending on a character, and I try to do something different with every movie so I can sort of try and see if I can learn something new. I'm a big journaler, so I will journal as my character. I will write down the childhood story, like her whole, everything into adulthood. Like, it's very important to have those like stories in the back of your head, because it does really feed or layer into what you're doing today on set. I always create a playlist for a character. So whether that's for me to get pumped up in something or for me to get sad, every character I do on my little Spotify thing, I have like the Asia playlist. I have everything. Every character has a playlist, and so that's really important to me. And I listen to that on set a lot. What else do I do? I analyze. I mean, analyzing the scripts, going through it with the director. Try to watch videos of people going through similar things, or if there's someone that inspires me. I watch a lot of movies. I ask for comps of the movies, and then I try and piece together, oh, she's a little bit of this, or a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and I put it together and create my own version of the person. So yeah, a lot of internal work of the emotion, and I like to do as much work as possible beforehand so that when I'm on set I can just kind of like let it go and just play. But yes, journaling is huge, huge, huge for me. I write a lot as a character.
That's cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent questions, everybody. Well, thank you so much for your time. We do have to wrap, guys, unfortunately. Yeah. But a couple things for you before you go. First things first, thank you so much. And give it a round of applause for Black Women Do Not Die Here First at BlerDCon. Please be sure to watch They Will Kill You when it hits theaters on March 27th. And anything that you may have taken videos of or posted today, please be sure to use the hashtag They Will Kill You and at They Will Kill You. But before you head out, when you came in, was there a poster on your seat? Okay, so that is a uniquely created poster for this film, and you guys are the only people who are going to have it. But what you also need to know is that the artist, Marco the artist, is in the room with us. Now, where you at, Marco? Can you raise a hand? Stand up.
Marco.
Say thank you, Marco. You can also find him online at Masterminds Connect. This is our way of saying thank you to the BlerDCon community, the Blerd community at large, for showing up for us. Yes, so yeah, please make sure that you do all the tags and things. I'm just making sure I'm doing my due diligence. But I feel like we need a selfie.
Yes,
like a selfie with the crowd.
Yes.
Is that cool? All right. Whose phone
Do you
am
have
I
a
using?
phone with you?
Don't have a phone.
Okay. Thank you. Let's do an actual one, right?